what's up? It's Casey Molina. I did not film last week. I'm sorry. But, I had a really important big deal of a milestone this past week. I turned 20. So that was super exciting, super crazy to think that I'm not a teenager anymore and I feel really old. But I was like, that is a great idea for a video because 20 really is a milestone of life, you know? So in honor of that, in honor of turning 20, I am making this video, 20 things I learned before turning 20. So let's get on into the video. So I was thinking that I would start off the beginning of this video, so I want to make the first 10 things, like heavy things that I learned before I was 20, like things that, you know, like good life advice bits. The first thing that I want to tell you guys that I learned before turning 20 is that I realized that whatever it is that you want to do in life, there's a way that you can start working towards that dream or that vision or that passion now. There's no reason to stay stagnant. Journalism and, you know, content creation is something that I've always wanted to do, and recently I figured that out, and, you know, YouTube is a great way to start doing that now. The second thing that I learned is that if at any point something isn't making you happy the way it used to, you can walk away. I think throughout, you know, my teen years, especially my teen years, I always felt like, you know, when you fall into something, people count on you and they, you know, you obligate yourself in some way, but it is never too late to walk away from something that just isn't bringing you joy anymore. I learned, this is a hard one for both me and my mom to learn in regard to me, if that makes sense, and that's that you have to make mistakes. Even if the mistake you're making can be avoided, you have to make the mistake sometimes. Because you'll always wonder, like, if I had done that, like, would I have been right? And, you know, mom's telling you, like, don't do that. I'm telling you from personal experience, you're not gonna make yourself happy. And you just gotta go for it. I don't know if I'm being a bad influence to people watching this, but sometimes you just have to make the mistake. So, yeah. You can change your life in a second for the better. It takes a split-second decision to change your life. You change one small thing about your life, and that attitude and that action ripples out into the rest of your life, and the results are amazing. This one is really important to me. I think I learned this mostly in middle school and early high school, but the flaws that you see in other people are the flaws that you possess in yourself. It's really easy to look at other people and like be like, why are they doing that? That's so weird. But the reason why you recognize it so clearly is because you've seen it before in yourself. I know, that's crazy to think about. One of the hardest things for me to learn was that your parents are people, just like everybody else. There comes to a point where you go to mom or dad and you're like, Mom, Dad, you know, give me advice on this. And I know my parents were straight up like, I don't know. Like after a while they were just like, I don't know anymore, sorry. And that was hard. Like I was like, oh, like if I don't, you know, have guidance from my parents, who do I have guidance from? But it's time to find it in yourself, and it's time to find it from God, and you can't focus on your parents, like getting that from them the way that you used to be able to. I don't know if this is like dark and dreary, but definitely something that I've realized is that you have to guard your heart. There's a verse in the Bible that says, guard your heart because everything you do flows from it. And I hold that to be true, but also to me, I feel like it's important to guard your heart just because there will be people in your life who help you, and sometimes they're not helping you for the right reasons, and sometimes they want to see you do good, and that cliche, they just don't want to see you do better than they are doing. And it's a hard thing to realize, but it's important to just be aware of that. Forgiveness is one of the hardest lessons I've had to learn before turning 20. And that is just because forgiveness is one of those, like, forgiveness is like a unicorn, honestly. It is so hard to capture. Not that people catch unicorns on a daily basis, but it's like so hard to get a hold of But then once you do, you just want to like keep it. You want to keep it in your heart. And it's important to realize, and I think the hardest thing for me to realize in regard to forgiveness is that you're not forgiving people for them. You're forgiving people for you, for yourself, because that just brings joy to your soul. So forgiveness. You're never going to be happy as long as you compare yourself to other people. I know you hear this all the time, but I think like people don't realize how much they compare themselves to other people. Like, I know personally, I'll look at someone and I'm like, that's a really nice jacket. Like, she puts together a workout outfit really well. And I'm like, dang, if only I could look like that when I went to the gym. And just no, like stop right there, because comparison will drag you down. Like, every time you go to the gym from there on out, you're gonna be like, no, I'm just never gonna look good at the gym. Like, I might as well just not go. And maybe it's not even that extreme, but like anything that you compare to someone else in your life, it just makes you feel inadequate. So don't do it. This is one thing that I made up on my own, and I realized that opportunities are like houseflies, because they're so common. Like, you see houseflies everywhere. You see like opportunities are everywhere, but you don't capture them until you really focus and get out that fly swatter and get those opportunities. Words of wisdom from 20-year-old Casey. So now it is time for the lighter-hearted things that I learned before I turned 20. So the first lighter-hearted thing that I learned before I turned 20 is that if I have one best friend in this world, lifelong best friend, it's my mom. We argue so much, but I love her to death, and at the end of the day, if something really exciting or really stressful or sad happens to me, she's the first person that I want to call and just catch her up in my life. I learned not to put yogurt in your backpack, because you will get on the bus and you will sit on that yogurt. It doesn't matter what pocket, you put it in the front pocket because you're like, I know me, I'm gonna sit on this yogurt, let me put it where I can't. No matter what, you'll sit on that yogurt and it'll explode and it'll get everywhere and it'll embarrass you. And then your backpack will smell like Yoplait strawberry yogurt for the rest of the year. Just kidding. I also learned that chasing boys at recess is not a smart thing to do, because boys don't like to be chased at recess. At least not in kindergarten. And you will get in trouble for doing it, so don't chase boys at recess. I learned, and this is a good thing, I learned that everyone has an embarrassing throw-up story where they threw up at school and were totally embarrassed by it, and that I was not the only person that threw up in middle school and just felt like a total loser. I don't know if this one will be uncomfortable for some people, but it shouldn't, because like, we're people and half of the population has this problem. But I learned that it's important to start wearing a training bra before you think you need one, because most likely someone else has already realized that you need one before you realized it. So get on that early, moms and daughters. Okay, literally I think back to this and it makes me so mad, but another thing I learned is to fight the power in middle school. Wear that white t-shirt instead of the light gray one that is designed to embarrass you from pit stains, because faculty does not care if your t-shirt is white. And when you're sweating and you're really like getting your gym on in class, it's not going to matter what color your shirt is. Like, if that's the shirt you have, faculty will let you wear it and you will be so much less embarrassed by your sweat stains at the end of the day. And you won't be shooting hoops like this. You'll be shooting some hoops, you know? Am I sweating? Oh my god. Why though? I only have one armpit. Isn't that weird? Middle school me learned that it's important to wear less makeup and get your eyebrows waxed more. I wish that I had spent so much less time arguing with my mom about that stupid blue eyeliner that I wanted to wear that didn't even look good on me. It was like navy blue and I thought that was the coolest thing. But I wish I just got my eyebrows done. Like, that would have been sufficiently better than, you know, like trying to wear all this makeup that I didn't need. I learned that you don't have to look like the older girls that your brother says are hot or brings home to hang out with. Like, growing up I had such an insecurity, like a body insecurity about that. looking at all these girls that I didn't look like and saying, you know, wow, that must be like what guys are into. That must be what they find beautiful and attractive. And maybe that's true, but you're you, and I'm a strong believer in be your own kind of beautiful, and I wish that I had known that, because everyone is beautiful in their own unique way. And again, like, so cliche, but really, once you find that beauty and you feel confident in it, no one can touch you. No one's perceptions of beauty can touch you. So, high school Casey learned that real popularity is not having that hot boyfriend or that exclusive group of friends that always hang out and laugh super loudly at lunch to try and make it seem like they're having fun. Real popularity is wherever you are, just making the most out of connecting with people around you and getting to know enough people genuinely that, you know, people can like think of your name and they think of your face and they think of your smile and your kindness. That is real popularity, not that other ish that people say is popular, and it doesn't matter anyway. So superficial. My leaving thing that my leaving remark that I learned before 20 is to eat that Play-Doh, color outside the lines, and perfect that 5th grader's tan in the comfort of your own driveway, because life is too short, and once you grow up, people will judge you for all of those things. Like, you can't eat Play-Doh in an office setting, you can't color out of the lines on an important proposal, and some people do still tan in their driveways, so maybe that's one thing that you can still do. But life is too short to worry about, you know, the triviality of judging others, and I'm such a preacher when it comes to non-judgment, but, you know. So, those are 20 things that I learned, 20 or something things, that I learned before I turned 20. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much. I have reached 41 subscribers. It's probably like this on camera. 41 subscribers, and I couldn't be happier, guys. So thank you so much for getting me to this point, and I'll see you guys in my next video. This is Casey Molina, over and out.